Estamos tan emocionados, de verdad les damos la bienvenida a todos y les agradezco de antemano, antes de comenzar la gala, por la cobertura que han hecho este año. Sin ustedes no podríamos hacer este festival de cine. It's such a privilege to have you here, Rodrigo, Ewan. This press conference covers a couple purposes. One of them is the fortune that we have of presenting Last Days in the Desert, directed by Rodrigo, starred by Ewan. And also the opportunity that we have to offer a protagonist award to Ewan for his acting career. We're thrilled. Thank you very much. I would begin by saying, do you like Cabos, Ewan?
Yes, very much, yeah. Yeah, it's not my first time here. I've been here several times. I've always enjoyed coming here, not only to Cabos but to Mexico. It's been since I moved to California in 2008. It's been somewhere I've visited a lot, many times, and I enjoy it very much. But it's really lovely to come here for a film festival in such a beautiful, relaxed setting, and to have our film Last Days in the Desert here, which means such a lot to me, and Rodrigo is very special.
It's a very challenging project, I guess, because you portray both Jesus and the devil. And I think the nuance of your performance is amazing. I saw the film in Sundance, and I saw your Q&A, and it was, ever since I saw it, we want to have it here. Tell us about the challenges of portraying, I would say, the most complicated roles, right? Like in history of icons.
Yeah. Yes, it's an interesting idea to approach a movie where you're going to be playing the Son of God, and to try and wrap your head around that, and not become intimidated by the people that have done it before, or the expectation that people might have of how you should feel and how you should come across. And I went about it in all the wrong ways, really. I started reading books. There's quite a lot of books that have been written recently about Jesus and who he was, and who these authors thought that he really was, and sort of dispelling, if you like, the biblical Jesus, and making it more about Jesus, who Jesus was at that time. And that wasn't very useful to me. So, do I have to wait for you to translate me? That wasn't very useful to me. So I sort of stopped reading all those books and concentrated on the character that Rodrigo had written in the story, which was a man who was the Son of God, who was in the desert trying to get answers from his father about his future and about the path that he knew lay ahead for him. And a man who was frustrated by not getting those answers from his father. And when I started thinking about that, about a man who has problems communicating with his dad, it became an easier task, if you like. The demon I didn't think very much about, because I spent most of my time worrying about playing Jesus. That I sort of forgot about the demon until we got down there, and then he sort of came much easier. He seemed to come easier to me than Jesus, maybe.
Whatever that means, whatever that happens. Whatever we are, another mic, please.
There we are.
Thank you. Perfect.
Keep that one.
Rodrigo, es un gran privilegio tenerte en Los Cabos, de verdad. Nos apasiona mucho la película que hiciste, y particularmente, speaking of the devil, pero en este caso a mí me fascina la figura del diablo que hiciste. Para mí hay una deconstrucción que haces de devil's psyche, in a way, en donde yo logro entender por primera vez la curiosidad del diablo, y ni siquiera la maldad. Me fascina que el diablo dice: yo quiero el último atardecer, pareciera que solo por eso quiere esperarse hasta el fin del mundo. Platícanos un poquito de cómo construiste esta versión del diablo.
Translating in both. She's translating in both directions. We're gonna get a headset for you. Yeah, because I'm gonna get into the demon stuff, so we don't.
Then I won't.
Eh, Básicamente, o sea, la figura del demonio no existía cuando empecé a escribir el guión. Eran solo Jesús, el Padre y el Hijo. Luego, la historia me pedía que existiera la madre, entonces inventé el personaje de la madre. Y luego me di cuenta que todavía me quedaba un vacío, no tenía alguien con quien Jesús pudiera hablar un poco de tú a tú, porque no puede abrirse con ellos completamente, con la familia. Entonces me ocurrió la idea, tal y como está en los evangelios, que Jesús está tentado por Lucifer, de introducir un demonio que lo atormenta, lo agobia, le hace dudar. Pero al igual que como hice con Jesús, solo puedo escribir un demonio desde un punto de vista humano. O sea, lo divino es imposible de escribir. Y si tenemos en cuenta que el demonio es como Dios, pero en malo, es demasiado... O sea, ¿cómo escribirlo? Solo lo pude escribir en términos humanos, como una persona que, como Lucifer, había sido muy orgulloso, Dios lo había exiliado, estaba resentido, era como un hijo castigado, como un hermano malo de Jesús. Entonces realmente así lo abordé, como una especie de sombra berrinchuda y resentida, o sea, dándole atributos humanos.
Yeah, it's working?
Yeah.
Perfect. I think the film is actually very dialectic. I perceive that approach, because it's always the perspective of a Jesus who's not giving answers, but actually having many questions. And he's confronted by the demon, and it actually feels like the demon was fundamental for him to go through this ordeal, in a way. How do you even approach this this dialectic relationship between two characters portrayed by yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean,
It's never wasn't sort of black and white. The devil could be Jesus's doubt. It could be his just another part of his psyche that's questioning what he thinks he has to do, the path that's been set for him to follow. Or it could be literally the devil and Jesus. I don't know, it changed for me day to day really. Sometimes it felt like one thing, sometimes it felt like the other. But certainly he was there to twist Jesus in a time when he was confused anyway and looking for answers. He was there certainly trying to steer him away from this course, steer him away from the path that he, his destiny, if you like. Right up to the end where he says, if you, I'll come to you at the end, and if you want me to, I'll help you down. You can stay. It's a great line in the film.
Very mischievous, very human, right? I think one line that I particularly love about the film is when Jesus says, "Better words, Joshua, action over words, and if not silence." And in a way, it made me wonder that it tells a lot about even your way of filmmaking. The film is very paced, and it's in this great scenario, this desert, monumental desert, where it feels like it's more the actions that talk about these characters instead of the words.
Venía de muchos años de hacer películas muy contemporáneas, muy psicológicas. Inclusive la película anterior, Albert Nobbs con Glenn Close, era psicológica, era realista, era muy dialogada. Entonces realmente tenía ganas de hacer una película donde no se dependiera tanto del diálogo. Inclusive hay pocos secretos, los personajes todos dicen lo que quieren y lo que necesitan. El padre dice, quiero que te quedes aquí, si tu madre se puede, no nos podemos ir. El niño dice, yo me quiero ir. O sea, me gustaba que fueran conflictos muy fuertes, pero muy sencillos, muy claros, y que estuvieran y que de trasfondo hubiera prácticamente el desierto, que no es nada, ¿no? Entonces en ese sentido sí quería que los hechos fueran más, las acciones fueran más fuertes que las palabras. Siempre me ha traído la atención que la gente me dice que le gusta mucho esa frase de Jesús, encuentra mejores palabras o si es mejor aún una acción, cuando en realidad él fue maestro de la acción y de la palabra. O sea, por supuesto sus gestos, sus acciones, finalmente su destino final, lo que él escogió, el sacrificio, son acciones enormes, pero también, bueno, tuvo frases que todavía repetimos cotidianamente, ¿no? Entonces sí fue maestro de la acción y de la palabra.
Ewan, it's a great honor for the festival to give you this recognition of your amazing acting career. So many films, it's a polyphysetic career, I think. You've done musical, comedies, dramas, amazing independent films, huge blockbusters. I think I even told you that Liam Neeson is here.
Yeah.
So all these Star Wars fans are going nuts right now. There's a special place, I guess, in your heart for directing, right? You're embarking on on your first experience in the other side of the camera. Tell us a little bit about it, please.
I was attached to a film, the Philip Roth novel, American Pastoral. I was attached to play the character of the Swede in that film for maybe the last three and a half years. And over that time, we went through one or two or three directors who attached and left and attached and left. Like the drummer in Spinal Tap, they kept sort of falling away. And it became clear that it wasn't going to happen. I felt like the film wasn't going to be made, and it was a part that I really wanted to play. And I wanted to direct something for 15. I made a short film about 15 years ago, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and so I've been sort of looking for the right story. I didn't want to do it just for the sake of directing in itself, or to sort of tick a box or anything. I wanted only to do it because I had a story I really wanted to tell, and. Two or three ideas came along, one or two ideas came along in those 15 years. The first I didn't follow through because I got scared and I didn't pursue something that I should have pursued. The second one I didn't have the opportunity to get involved in because of rights and things like that. The rights were owned by somebody else. And so anyway, as I was facing the fact that American Pastoral might not come to fruition, I thought maybe I could do it, and so I suggested that to the producers, that maybe they would let me direct it and act in it. And after a period of exploration and budget reduction, they said that yes, I could do it. So we shot in Pittsburgh. I was out there since early July. We wrapped last Saturday. We shot for 35 days. With Dakota Fanning and Jennifer Connelly, Peter Regan, Valerie Curry, some brilliant actors. Martin Rua was our director of photography, Dan Clancy was our designer, and a most extraordinary time, sort of life-changing experience of being involved in the whole creative conversation for the first time. And then it was interesting, as I didn't know how that would feel as an actor. But it seemed to make great sense to me, and I because I had such brilliant people around about me, and people that I could trust and rely upon, like Martin, my DP, we would have these extraordinary conversations, and then I would take that conversation onto the set and put it into practice myself, as I normally do. And I had a really wonderful experience. I had 2 days shooting where I didn't act, only 2 at the very end, and I found that to be like I kept feeling I'd forgotten something all day. I'd far too much free time for a start. I didn't have to go into makeup, and I wasn't rushing between takes. I had to just sit there. Felt it was more exciting to act as well. But I loved it very much, and I've started my edit, and we should have the film finished by the end of May, and hopefully have it out, in 2016, towards the end of 2016.
hopefully we'll bring it to Cabos.
Yes, I would love that, yeah.
We would
Well,
love
there's an idea.
Yes.
Well, let's just say I will. I'll bring it to Cabos.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Let's say that. What I was wondering actually was if now directing yourself, it's easier or harder. I don't know. You said that you bring all this experience and conversations, but I have no idea. I mean, you work with some of the best directors in the world, right? And each one of them, I suppose, has a very particular approach and I guess dialogue that pushes you some places. I don't know if you push yourself, or how does it work to direct yourself?
I don't know. I mean, I just think I'd never been as sort of buried into a movie as I had this one, because I lived with it for 3.5 years with the idea of acting in it. And then as soon as I knew I was going to direct it, was in December last year. And so every day and night from that point on was spent living in that story. As my wife would tell you and my kids will tell you, really, your whole being is focused in this story. And so as an actor, I'd never really, I'd seen and felt every frame of that film. I mean, in a way I never would be that prepared as an actor, I think, coming on set. So I trusted that the acting side of things would take care of itself. And in fact, that's sort of what happened. I think I didn't have much time to think about it on set, and I didn't. And hopefully that's good. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but I hope so.
That's amazing. Rodrigo, realmente este festival, como lo sabes, busca esta relación sana entre Latinoamérica, México en particular, mirando al norte, algo que no hacemos muchas veces. Y tú eres un ejemplo muy tangible de que esa transición existe, es real, hay un diálogo muy natural y orgánico. Has hecho toda una carrera desde Los Ángeles, pero con una voz muy latina, siempre. Platícanos un poco para tantos productores emergentes que nos visitan también y directores. ¿Cuál es tu experiencia en esa transición?
Bueno, mi experiencia ha sido buena, o sea, realmente llevo ya en Los Ángeles 25 años y mi primera transición fue como director de fotografía. Pues empecé ahí a trabajar como operador, como camarógrafo. Entonces cuando empecé a escribir y dirigir ya llevaba varios años en Los Ángeles. Entonces no soy una persona que se trasplantó a dirigir pues a Los Ángeles, pero sí, o sea, desde un principio me interesó contar historias, sobre todo las primeras películas que hice eran muy americanas, eran muy, no americanas, pero personajes americanos alrededor de personajes principales femeninos, anglos. O sea, tenía una fuerte imaginación acerca de cómo veía yo la vida anglo en Los Ángeles, ¿no? Sobre todo de ciertos tipos de mujeres. Pero realmente siempre he sentido que tengo una... O sea, aunque las películas sean muy sobre la vida americana, siempre he pensado que tengo un punto de vista de fuereño, ¿no? De extranjero. Entonces, en ese sentido, sigo siendo, pues, no sé, depende de la prensa, dicen director colombiano, director mexicano nacido en Colombia. O sea, me da un poco igual, sigo sintiendo la etiqueta de ser latinoamericano. Y aunque vivo en Estados Unidos y también soy ciudadano americano, sí creo que sigo teniendo ese punto de vista de afuera mirando hacia adentro, ¿no? Yo creo que la gran ventaja ahora para los jóvenes cineastas, productores, directores, actores mexicanos, digo latinoamericanos, pero por decir mexicanos, es que ha habido una ola de cineastas tan impresionantemente exitosos alrededor del mundo, que son mexicanos pero también trascienden lo mexicano, que son internacionales, digo, Del Toro, Alfonso, Alejandro, Emanuel, Rodrigo Prieto, o sea, ya la lista continúa creciendo, los actores, etcétera, que creo que es un muy buen momento, y lo veo en los jóvenes cineastas mexicanos, que algunos quieren hacer solo cine mexicano en México en español, otros quieren hacer solo cine extranjero, otros quieren ir y venir, pero lo importante no es tanto qué está haciendo uno, sino esa sensación de libertad, de que siendo un soñador, un joven mexicano que quiere ser director, realmente no hay límite para esa imaginación. O sea, no piensas, nunca podría yo ser esto, nunca podría ser lo otro. Puede ser un director que hace películas mexicanas extraordinariamente bellas, como Regadas, o puede ser un director muy internacional, como Cuarón, y da un poco igual, ¿no? Yo creo que el éxito de tantos cineastas mexicanos le ha abierto las puertas, sobre todo a la ambición de los jóvenes mexicanos.
Speaking of Mexican filmmakers, Ewan, have you had any hope or wish of working with Iñárritu, Del Toro, Cuarón, one of those Mexican directors making it in America?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to work with them all. Yeah. No, Del Toro I met many years ago in New York, and we talked about, just as an open sort of meeting. Never came to anything as yet, but you never know. No, but it is exciting. It's a very exciting time in film.
Well, I thank you a lot for being here. It means a lot to us, really. I don't want to keep the only privilege of asking you questions, so I think it's a good opportunity to open the floor to our members of the press and start the Q&A. Thank you, Ewan.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I would like to ask you, are you eager to shoot porno? I mean the sequel of CineNT.com.
I thought you were talking about some of my early work.
Yeah, well, sort of.
Yeah, I'm hoping that happens. It's not for definite that it is happening, but I think it looks like it might be happening, and if it does happen, I'm looking forward to it very much. It'll be great. I know it would be great. It would be an extraordinary situation to make a sequel to such a popular and wonderful film 20 years later with the same characters and the same director and writer. And so fingers crossed that all comes together. That would be something that happens soon. Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Hello, hi. I am Monse from Cabos.
Hello.
Los Cabos. I want to ask you about Long Way Road. On 2004, you started a motorcycle trip from London to New York, and on 2007, from Scotland to South Africa. And you talk about the same trip, but from South America to North America. And the question is, I want to know if this trip includes Mexico, maybe Los Cabos, and when start this trip?
He was already planning some of it this morning from the airplane.
I was looking for roads as we flew down here. So now there's a road. That looks nice.
The whole Los Cabos Peninsula.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Hello? Yeah, for sure. That is a dream of mine, to ride North and South America. I'll do it one day. Now, whether it's done as a long way round, a long way down, long way up trip, I don't know. And there's no absolute plans to do that yet. But it certainly is a daydream of mine. And I think probably it would be, I live in Los Angeles, so it makes sense to start there and go down, you know? Or ship the bike to Tierra del Fuego and ride up. I don't know, we'll see. But it certainly would include Mexico, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I can ride down here and get a boat to the other bit, can't I? And carry on. So I'll do that.
Hello, and I'm Silvia Milano from Phoenix. Welcome to Mexico. So I saw a photo, an image of you at Instagram supporting Paris. And I know that today we watched this movie and it's talking about the bad things, the good things. I mean, that's like a lot of reflection. So I don't know what is your opinion, or what can we be related to these facts, not just in Paris, in Lebanon, you know, around the world, and talking about this movie. I mean, what is your opinion about Rodrigo and Ewan? Thank you.
I don't want to link it to the movie. I mean, I don't want to make any sort of try and make any links one way or the other. It was a horrific day yesterday, and just a shocking and horrific thing to happen, something that makes us all fearful in our normal lives, which is a fucking terrible shame. So it was a diabolical thing that happened, and you know, all of us are thinking about our friends and family in Paris and yeah, and across the world really, because it changes everything, doesn't it?
Sí, o sea, yo creo que a la luz de la tragedia de París, la película y la mayoría de las películas de pronto resultan bastante poco importantes, pero bueno, sí, ¿no? Apoyando por supuesto al pueblo francés y a la gente en Francia. Hablé hoy con amigos que me dijeron que la mañana fue temerosa, pero ya por la tarde la gente empezó a salir y a hacer su vida, se negó a ser prisionera del terrorismo. Por supuesto hay miedo, hay preocupación, hay muchos sentimientos tremendos, pero yo creo que los franceses seguirán adelante, ¿no? Como lo han hecho antes.
Hi, over here. How did you prepare to be Jesus? Because I think it's a very polemic character sometimes. The things that he do, or the things that he said he do. What do you were a religious man, or how did you prepare to do this character?
I just had focused on the man in this story in Rodrigo's script. It is sort of overwhelming, the idea of trying to, you know, imagine playing someone as iconic as Jesus, or to try and live up to the expectations of people in that case. So that wasn't very helpful, and usually you find your way into every character like that. You go down one avenue and it doesn't help you, and you go down another avenue and it doesn't help you, and eventually you find the way. And usually just by focusing on the scenes in the script and the words that Rodrigo had written for him to say and think, and then having the opportunity also to play the other side of the fence, to play the demon, which, if you like, could be Jesus' doubt, or his that one informed the other, and then in a way you get to play two sides of somebody's character, and they both inform the other. They both make the other one whole in a way, which is quite interesting. So I just thought about it as, I tried to make it as simple as possible. This man's in the desert. He wants to speak to his father, and he's not getting the answers that he would like to get from his dad. And his dad's God. That was important too.
We have for just one more question.
Again, welcome to Cabos. I'm Alejandra from Tendency Magazine, and we'll make sure to get one of those because we have many maps planning out of the Baja Peninsula. Maybe that will help you with your trip. And one question is, how playing these both roles changed you? Like your perspective before and now?
It became a very important film to me. It became a really personal film, and I think it's probably because it was a very personal film for Rodrigo, and that totally came off the page. There was a real importance to it, and it wasn't because the character is Jesus or the character is the devil. It was something more than that. There was an exploration in the script of something very real and very personal, which is an exploration of the relationship between fathers and sons. And I'm a father, and I'm also a son, and so I found that some of the scenes really made me, feel like the son in that situation. And other times I felt like the father. So it was really about something, and it's not often we get the chance to explore in a kind of with the beautiful kind of freedom that we had with time, and to let things evolve on the set. And it became very, very important to me and very special, and it sort of remained that way. Leading up to it, it felt like that. Shooting it felt like that, and then seeing it, and now being part of this journey with the film is also very important to me. So it's nice to have that connection. It's not. I mean, I'm fond of all my films, but it's not all of them that you feel this special connection with somebody.